Which Andrés Iniesta would you choose? The 2009 magician, guiding Guardiola's Barcelona to dominance. The 2011 maestro, orchestrating every moment at Wembley. Or the 2015 veteran, leading a treble-winning Barcelona with quiet authority. All unforgettable. But the 2011/12 season was a test unlike any other. This was a season where pressure, expectation, and brilliance collided, where every touch, run, and pass mattered more than ever. From the Spanish Super Cup to the Euro 2012 final, Iniesta wasn't just a player. He was the heartbeat of Barcelona and Spain, shaping games in ways few could see, but everyone felt. Barcelona entered the season on the back of unprecedented success. La Liga champions, Champions League winners, a team that seemed untouchable, yet with Mourinho's Real Madrid pushing harder than ever. The season began not with certainty, but with demanding challenges. Guardiola's system required precision, and Iniesta would be central. The quiet orchestrator, ensuring that every passing sequence, defensive rotation, and attacking move flowed seamlessly. In the still heat of a Catalan summer night, Andrés Iniesta emerged from the midfield shadows and carved the opener in the Supercopa de España final. 2 minutes in, Lionel Messi's incisive through ball cut open Real Madrid's defense, finding Iniesta racing into the box. With a deft touch, he clipped the ball over the advancing Iker Casillas, a brilliant early goal that ignited the Camp Nou crowd. This delicate chip set the tone for a tempestuous match, and Barcelona ultimately claimed the trophy with a 3-2 win on the night, 5-4 on aggregate. In those opening minutes of 2011/12, the quiet genius had already signaled that his season would be defined by moments of sublime influence rather than bluster. As La Liga unfolded, Iniesta became the metronome of Barca's attack, his positioning and ball control dictating every sweep of play. He started each game of Barcelona's club record 51-game unbeaten run in the league, a testament to his tireless consistency. No matter how fierce the pressure, he maintained a serene grip on the tempo. In November 2011, his influence peaked in spectacular fashion. Against Levante, he scored and assisted 3 times in a 4-0 rout. In that match, he weaved through markers and sprayed passes that unlocked defenses. 2 Messi finishes and a Cesc Fabregas strike all bore his creative imprint. The commentators hailed it as a man-of-the-match performance, a rare public ovation for the unassuming number 8. Despite Real Madrid's relentless charge that season, Iniesta's grace under fire never wavered. He juggled counter-pressing duties and gentle flicks alike, supporting every attack and suffocating turnovers. He was the calm at the heart of the midfield storm, often unheralded but utterly indispensable. By April, he had guided Barcelona's midfield through a long campaign that kept La Liga within reach. Though Madrid ultimately clinched the title, it was Barcelona and Iniesta who set the early pace and drew applause for their artistry on the field. In the Champions League, his influence was big. In the group stage, in October 2011, Europe's stage bore witness to one of Iniesta's season highlights. Barcelona racked up 17 shots at Plzen, but needed just one. A 10th-minute stunner from Iniesta. He received the ball in tight space, executed a rapid 1-2 with Messi, then unleashed a clinical finish that slipped between 2 defenders and past the keeper's grasp. This early goal exemplified his brilliance. Quick feet, vision, and the nerve to finish in the blink of an eye. and it helped seal a 2-0 victory that kept Barca on course for first place in the group. In the quarter-finals versus AC Milan, April 2012, brought a crucible at Camp Nou. Barcelona led 0-1 from Milan after a tense first leg, and Iniesta ended the tie's suspense with a strike of his own. In the 53rd minute of the second leg, with the aggregate score tied, he curled in a shot to put Barca ahead 3-1 on the night. The announcers noted Messi's penalty goals on either side of it, but it was Iniesta's low-driven finish that effectively quashed Milan's hopes. It was a vital goal, the sort that judges champions, and it shattered his personal drought in Europe's knockout rounds. After that strike, Barcelona were off to the semi-finals, and Iniesta had once more proven that even without fanfare, he could deliver game-defining contributions. In the semi-finals versus Chelsea, May brought one of the season's most dramatic nights. Barca versus Chelsea at the Camp Nou. The home side needed to overturn a 0-1 deficit from London, and Iniesta charged out as if predestined to break the deadlock. In the 43rd minute, he buried a shot past Peter Cech to put Barcelona up 2-0 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate. The stadium roared as he wheeled away, calm and composed. Yet football's cruel unpredictability soon intervened. Chelsea clawed back, and Fernando Torres' stoppage-time goal drew the match 2-2, knocking Barca out 3-2 on aggregate. It was heartbreak in front of Catalan faithful, but even in defeat, Iniesta's moment stood out. He had again dictated the midfield, threaded passes, and struck the net for Barca, despite the miracle his team would require to advance. Between European nights, the Copa del Rey offered another chapter. Early in January, Iniesta helped orchestrate Barcelona's 2-1 win at the Bernabeu in the quarter-finals. A gritty night where Xavier Puyol and Eric Abidal turned the tide. Iniesta provided the moves that unlocked Madrid's midfield. But the true triumph came in May. On the night of May 25, 2012, at the Vicente Calderón, Barcelona dismantled Athletic Bilbao 3-0 in the final. Iniesta did not score, but he composed the tempo, dropping deep to receive the ball, drawing Bilbao's midfield pressure, and then sparking the deadly attacks that Pedro and Lionel Messi finished. The script read, Pedro 3, Messi 20, Pedro 25. But behind those goals was Iniesta's artistry in space, an invisible hand guiding the ball to Barcelona's forwards. His clever runs and one-touch interplay were the unseen engine of the victory. When the final whistle blew, Barcelona had claimed another trophy, and Iniesta's legacy as the team's rhythmic heartbeat was undeniable. With club duties wrapped, June 2012 found Iniesta leading Spain into another international summer. Spain 2012 was Iniesta's Spain. Group games saw him link attack and defense with familiar ease. He nearly marked the Ireland match with a goal. His shot was saved by Shay Given, and against Croatia, he delivered a brilliant low cross in the 88th minute that Jesus Navas stabbed home for a 1-0 win. That assist kept Spain rolling. Iniesta's vision split Croatia's defense when it counted, and Navas hit the winner from it. In the knockout phase, he remained the silent commandant. In the quarter-final versus France, 2-0 win, he calmly set the tempo as Spain dismantled Les Bleus. In the semi-final against Portugal, after a tense 120 minutes, Iniesta held his nerve in the ensuing penalty shootout. He stepped up and took his penalty with precision, burying it beyond Rui Patricio's reach. With that kick, Spain edged into the final, and he had again proved his unshakable composure under pressure. July 1st, 2012, the Olympic Stadium in Kiev. Euro 2012 final. Spain versus Italy. Iniesta was named UEFA's Man of the Match after a 4-0 victory, and every goal bore his fingerprints. Early on, he delivered the brilliant diagonal pass that found Cesc Fabregas on the flank. Fabregas cut it back to David Silva, who nodded home Spain's opening goal. This combination, Iniesta's vision, Fabregas's movement, Silva's finish, epitomized Spain's strikerless fluidity. As The Guardian wrote, in Kiev, it was a different story. With Iniesta, Xavi took center stage again, always involved, his passing crisp and clever. That captures it well. Iniesta roamed central lanes and the flanks, orchestrating the game. His calm touch and awareness pulled Italian markers out of position. He danced around pressing opponents so that Raul Albiol and Thiago Motta chased shadows. His passes sprung runners and relieved pressure. After only 14 minutes, Spain led 1-0, and by full time, they were 4-0 champions. Iniesta had threaded it all together. He did not pocket a goal in the final, but when Motta scored the fourth in stoppage time, Xavi turned to Iniesta as they celebrated, knowing the midfield ran on Iniesta's fuel. The man in the middle, quiet and unobtrusive, had ensured Spain lifted a second consecutive European championship, becoming the first team to win 3 major tournaments in a row. The European Cup final would become synonymous with Iniesta's composed genius. UEFA had given him the match prize, and everyone watching knew he had set Spain's rhythm that night. Throughout 2011/12, Andrés Iniesta was never the flashiest star, but he was the indispensable backbone. He led without words, his leadership born of silent example. Perfect positioning, awareness that seemed psychic, and an unerring first touch that calmed or ignited at will. He moved like a conductor, cueing both striker and defender with subtle gestures. Opponents felt him before they saw him. A ghostly influence that flustered even the best midfields. When others raced, Iniesta walked, and when others shouted, he whispered. Even then, the truth of play followed his direction. In the end, the trophies tell only part of the story. Iniesta had started the year by earning silverware in August, and he finished it by hoisting Spain's Euro trophy in July, with Barcelona's Copa trophy in between. But his true legacy was something more poetic, a masterclass in artistry and humility. The 2011/12 season reminds us that greatness often lives in unostentatious brilliance. Iniesta shaped games without demanding applause. He led Spain and Barca by making them play the beautiful game as he always does. His story that year was of an invisible champion on visible stages. He did not roar, he painted. He did not flash, he illuminated. And in every epic match, from Camp Nou to Kiev, the signature of the quiet genius is written in the rhythm of passes, the pauses he commanded, and the brilliance he never needed to loudly proclaim. The echoes of 2011/12 will recall Iniesta's legacy as the silent architect of victory, the man who orchestrated football's symphony, one modest, magical touch at a time.